It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we'll see Brock Bowers.
He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, and it's all up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. Leading them out, someone in his first NFL season. Their rookie starter from Miami.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Dialing up a pass here on 3rd down. Setting up the screen. Hit some space around midfield. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. And off goes to Madison, running right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back to the well again. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Running it after the penalty. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 8 yards on that play, and they only have 1 now to go on third down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On third down, here's Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Juke the defender. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And it'll be Raider football. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Flush down now to his left. That one's cut along the left sideline. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Running right, it's Madison. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
They'll go right back to Madison. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders go up 6-0 here in the first. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Denver offense taking the field for their second try. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On second down, a run with Williams. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fields this at the 19. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And they're going to take over possession. From the gun, a run for Madison. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Here's Madison again. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Daquan Jones with the tackle on that play. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete. It's Myers. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Broncos get set to take over. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Nearly an interception on that play. And now it's 2nd down. This, our last play of the quarter. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They start out with a 3rd and 9. That's incomplete left side. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Raiders' drive is going to start deep on their own side of the field. Out of the gun, Madison. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 21. Searches for pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Has it at the 37. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it'll be their football. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Has a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
2nd and 3 now. Slot man in motion right. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And 4th and 4 coming up. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Bertolet able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Raiders and Alexander Madison ready for another go on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They give now to Madison. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
He'll get this to Tucker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. A.J. Cole on the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's Williams to start the drive. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Draw play. This is Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. Play action with Nix. Fits it through the middle. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. New set of downs for him at the 38. Nix off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
He finds him 7 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. And it's the Broncos with it on 4th and 1. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Fielded at the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Back to pass on 1st and 10. He'll get it complete to Alexander Madison. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll try and throw it here. This is hauled in by Myers. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They kick the running back in motion. He gets this one to Myers. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. Still sticking with the passing game. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Running back sent in motion. He's on the move. Complete out to the right. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. So at halftime, the Raiders fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We begin with a battle of two AFC teams from opposite coasts. Jacksonville making the 6-hour flight west to take on Los Angeles. And it's the Chargers who are out in front as that game's gone to halftime. Quentin Johnston, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we slide over to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. De'Ami Brown, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And that one's at halftime with the visiting Chiefs out on top. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. It was a running back, Alexander Madison, who put together a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Ewing. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Ewing.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos with their offense headed out for our first possession of the half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. Throwing here, Nix. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here we go, second and very long. Throw complete to Williams. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
So out now comes the punter. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. He's got it. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Raider football. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
That's taken in by Tucker. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Third and a lone yard coming up. A handoff for Madison running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he gets him around 6 there. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And this will hit the goal line and then go into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
They kick the running back in motion. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Madison. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 48. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He'll get this one to Madison. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
To the ground with Madison. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on fourth.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Running back sent in motion. It's taken in by Kendrick Bourne. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll throw on first. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Complete. It's Myers. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Sent down by Cody Barton. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Throw on 3rd down. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something to the return.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Nix from the gun. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Looking to his fullback now. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Nix to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 4th quarter lead. Missed to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos push their lead to 3. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 42. Fits it through the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Las Vegas.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's the give to Madison. He's out in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pulled in by Moore. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're left with 4th and short. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Hardman with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Denver set to take the field on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Nix with it on 1st. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 6 now. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Nicks off the play action. This is pulled in by McCole Hardman. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Throwing on first down, Nicks. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Finds Mims. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. A run with Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
The Raiders have their offense back out there. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. This is hauled in by Myers. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
That one's cut along the left sideline. A lot of mess on the move here. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard-fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. First and 10 now from the 30. Setting up to pass. Complete to Mims. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. He's on the move. He keeps it and takes off. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. Still one more in their pocket to use. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He'll look to throw it. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first. Shotgun snap to Nix. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. Here's 2nd and 2. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Now to throw. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense and looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Well, whether they intended to run the play or not, it doesn't matter. They drew the flag, and they've got themselves a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, so many times you get to these 4th and shorts, and you know that defense is antsy. You're reminding yourself.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Raiders winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.